Hello everyone! Today, it's more difficult to surprise people than it was 100 years ago. We've become accustomed to having access to endless content and we've forgotten how to be surprised. But we assure you that this video will be an exception. Wanna bet? Watch the video till the end and let us know in the comments if you were amazed by today's stories. Let's get it on! Police competition. As a rule, future officers practice gymnastics, athletics, and martial arts. They also learn how to handle weapons properly and how to operate vehicles such as police motorcycles. See how skilled Chinese policemen are in this field? They even have bike competitions. It doesn't look any worse than Hollywood action movie scenes, does it? Smoke bubbles. Haters will say that this is a fake, but we assure you that these bubbles are real. In fact, this truly magical spectacle is not that difficult to create. You need the same materials you use to create usual bubbles, soapy water and air. But the air must also contain smoke. For example, it can be produced with a special device or a vape if you blow the bubble yourself. Tiny boat. And now for everyone's favorite section, scientific experiments at home. This trend was huge on TikTok some time ago. You take a leaf, a strange dark liquid, throw it in the water, and the leaf turns into a tiny little jet boat. How is this possible? There's nothing supernatural about it. It's actually quite simple. You can use a couple of drops of food coloring to achieve this effect, but the best result will be achieved by using the ink from a ballpoint pen. The ink will spread quickly on the water because of the difference in density, creating a high surface tension. The result is a very funny effect with patterns and a leaf that moves by itself. Multi-purpose drink. This TikTok user became famous thanks to his jewelry videos, but he doesn't make it himself, although the internet is full of such bloggers too. The guy calls his page Forbidden Gatorade and, as you can guess, he uses this sports drink to clean precious necklaces, earrings, and bracelets. At least that's what the legend says. But we're not going to mislead you. Of course, no Gatorade is used in the incredibly satisfying jewelry cleaning process. The blogger actually uses a special cleansing solution, the color of which immediately evokes associations with the famous drink. Brilliant marketing trick. Dangerous place. What you're looking at is the famous quicksand. On the outside, it appears perfectly normal, but it's quite risky to step on this substance. That's because it's not really solid, but changes its viscosity under pressure on the surface. Why does this happen? In short, these sands are simply supersaturated with air, or more precisely, with hot vapors.
Yo, right here. No, I'm going down.
That's why they appear more frequently in deserts. But don't worry, it's unlikely that you might completely drown in quicksand, but you can get stuck and you'll have a very hard time if there's no help nearby. Unusual mineral. While you are relaxing at the beach, you may not even realize that you have this under your own feet. But in fact, it's an extremely valuable material and only the tip of the iceberg is on the surface. It's aragonite, and this is what it looks like in all its glory. These minerals usually form at the bottom of the ocean where cold, calcium-saturated water meets warm surface water. Aragonites can also be created by different organisms such as corals or algae. In any case, they usually need centuries to appear. So you could say that the person in the video really has a piece of history on their hands. Arctic time-lapse. We know our viewers love time-lapse videos, especially if the video was shot in an unusual location. Here, for example, we can see the 2-month trip of a huge icebreaker through the Arctic in 5 minutes. Most of the time, these ships clear the way for other ships. The most effective in this case are considered to be nuclear-powered icebreakers. They have a nuclear reactor on board, so they have great autonomy and can stay away from harbor for more than a year. Sweet masterpiece. You've probably tasted this delicious product more than once in the park or at the circus, but have you seen how it's made? Normally you need a special machine with a rotating drum to make cotton candy. This is how ordinary people use it, but this is the masterpiece that a professional can create with its help. It looks like magic. Everyday art. For all those who thought that road markings are drawn without any preparation, you should know that it's actually the opposite, at least most all the time. This dedicated worker, for example, has turned a rather boring activity into a real work of art, but with its own laws and rules. No wonder that more than 150,000 followers are watching his videos on TikTok. Laser engraving. And again, a magical video impossible to believe at first sight. But there is an explanation here, as usual. The images you see in this clip are drawn on the surface with a focused laser beam. It removes the top layer of the material, not so much that the human eye can see the indentation, but enough to change the color and texture. This is how masterpieces of engraving are created. Building of the future. Technology is making its way into every aspect of life, and construction is no exception. Here's one of the most interesting trends: foundations and other structures built using a 3D printer. This approach significantly reduces construction costs and speeds up the process of erecting new buildings. It's also more environmentally friendly. Thus, it is possible that in a couple of decades, all new houses on the planet will be built using this technology. Centrifugal force. The star of this video was apparently so bored during quarantine that he took extreme measures. We can only envy his courage and agility. To be honest, we got dizzy just watching this homemade ride. Would you ride one of these?
Huh?
Ninja waiters. Did we mention that you can watch professionals at work for a long time? Well, it's true. Just look at how quickly these women set the table before a reception. If you know how they managed to put the tablecloth so nonchalantly under the spinning tray,
No.
do explain it to us in the comments. Texturized lawn. Looks like we found the creator of all those mysterious geoglyphs that are so often attributed to aliens. But seriously, mowing your lawn at different heights is a great way to liven up your yard, but it would probably take years of practice to do it evenly. Bike in the shredder. This video evokes two completely opposite emotions in the viewer. On the one hand, the weird scene of bicycle destruction is for some reason so mesmerizing you can't take your eyes off it. We even dare to say that it's really satisfying. But on the other hand, we want to scream, just give me the bike instead! And really, why did they get rid of a bike in such good condition? Soulless sculptor. Today, some robots have even learned to make impressive marble sculptures. Considering that neural networks already know how to compose music and create paintings, the future looks really scary. Trade secret. You may have noticed that in Asian cuisine, sesame is very valuable. In addition, in China, for example, white sesame paste is used to make traditional sweet, crispy sticks. However, in the production process, this material looks more like Rapunzel's hair than something edible. This strange creature has been seen by many inhabitants of the coast. In daylight, comb jellies look like an unusual jellyfish, and they are actually related, but if you follow it into the depths of the dark ocean, this is where the party starts. The translucent creature immediately begins to glow like a rainbow thanks to its unusual combs. But that's not the only characteristic of comb jellies. Scientists have determined that it is one of the oldest creatures in the world and has a very complex brain structure for an invertebrate animal. So if you ever see such a creature on the beach, treat it with care. String art. All art is, in a way, meditation, but thread paintings are something special. You can endlessly watch how a master of this craft perfectly arranges silk threads in a circle, creating true masterpieces of color. Today, string art is especially popular in Asian countries, and with its help, unique mandalas are made. But it originally appeared in England more than 300 years ago. Would you like to try it? Hold on a second. Do you want to see some crazy stories from real life? Nothing dull, only action. Only adventures, chases and fights, love confessions and sudden betrayals. Don't believe us? Follow the link and see for yourselves. Our animation channel Private Diary reveals the deepest secrets. Don't forget to subscribe.